Today, I went with my friend Rosanna, her husband Nino, and all of her children and her grandmother to their ancestral farm outside of Cacamo, Sicily. They asked me today if I would like to go with them to harvest the olives. I am here with my gorgeous friend Rosanna, and this is her beautiful farm that her family has owned for generations. And the family doesn't live here. The family works and lives in Cacamo, but they have this summer home where they come for family events and things like that. So today we're going to be harvesting olives and feeding the men who are working in the fields. Molto buono.
Molto buona.
And oranges? Ah, arancina.
Arance, però non buone.
No bene?
Ho passato vuoti, vedi, vuoti.
È finito, eh?
No.
Rotto?
Vuoto.
Parsley? Per the mangiare?
Finocchi,
Finocchi?
lattughe,
Lattuga? Sì, salad.
broccolo,
Broccoli is here.
insalata.
Differente insalata? Lattuga, due lattuga?
Cicoria, invidia, non lo so come.
So differente lattuga. Differente?
Sì, differente.
Okay.
Invece rucola, ma no.
Arugula and lettuce. Okay, two different tastes, but both in the lettuce family. Bellissima. Guys, I lived on my husband's ancestral farm in Pennsylvania for over 20 years. You know, because I'm not exactly like the farmy type, you know, I grew up in Jersey. You know, we used to talk like this, and you know, you like fashion, you like a little bit of nightlife activity, some cinema. So like that's how I grew up. My husband grew up in the middle of the Amish country, and guess where that farm was? Yep, right there in the center of the Amish country. So I literally, for 20 years of my life, lived among the Amish. So working the land is not a far off concept for me, although I wasn't raised with it, but rather it was the way that they did farming that was surprising to me. Look at this. Look at these beautiful eggs right here, guys. Wow. So nice. So nice to be back on a farm. Oh, we go now. So it looks like us ladies are bringing some water and some food. Io aiuto, no?
Non ti preoccupare, ora andiamo là sotto.
Finito?
quella andiamo.
Ah.
Albero di olive.
Okay, this is the olive trees that they own. So they don't make the olive oil here. We have to go somewhere else. These are olives that are not ready to be harvested, but they are here. They have a very velvety feel to them, I have to say. They feel like velvet and they're very smooth. The only thing that they use to harvest the olives up to this point in the process, a battery-operated leaf trimmer. So imagine that you're trimming your bushes. That is what it looks like, but instead it's shaking down all of the olives from the tree. So he's got this thing. It's almost like a bush trimmer.
Questo è pieno.
Oh, papà! Ciao! Troppo lavoro, ah! Io non guidare tuo! Wow. Underneath the tree, there is a net. The net is catching all of the olives, and then the whole family gets involved in picking up all of these olives and separating the olives from the branches. Sì.
Si tolgono le foglie.
What is this? Salvatore, what are you doing? So we shook the trees. All the olives fell down. Now we have to pick through all of that stuff. And then they go into buckets. Yeah.
Adenda. Va bene.
Bellissima. Olio. Andiamo per Roma, eh? Tu vuoi visitare Roma, sì? quanti visitare?
Una volta sola.
Sola? Uno?
Sì,
Copa?
sì, sì.
Sì? Oh.
Però li stiamo, non potremmo giocare sta volta, no? Faremo un giro.
Può mangiare?
No.
This was not the wow factor for me. As awesome as that was, as beautiful as it was to overlook the Sicilian mountains and the countryside and to hear the cowbells in the distance clamoring, the most interesting thing to me was the family unit. The entire family came on this random Sunday when the weather was nice and everyone had a job to do. The parents in their 60s were there and they had their job. The wife is making the food for lunch. The husband is directing the sons. The sons are in their 30s. They're married, they have kids or they have girlfriends, and they are there and they are helping to harvest the olives. The daughter is in the house helping the mother with the food. And something that struck me as really important was the 90-year-old grandmother was literally on the ground harvesting olives by hand. You know, all of this sounds very textbook up to this point because I feel like I'm doing a bad job of explaining the wow factor. And I think the wow factor in this is the attitude of the family. No one was obligated to be there, but everyone was there anyway. There wasn't this sense of we had to schedule this 4 weeks in advance and people had to travel in for 3 hours and we only have until this time to this time and we need to leave because of some kid's dance recital. And there's none of this. None of this. Everyone comes, and what shocked me is that everyone seemed like they were having a genuinely good time. The two sons were laughing and joking with each other. The daughter's in the house talking to the mother. The grandmother's there who only speaks Sicilian, and she thinks I speak Sicilian, and I barely can get by in Italian. And Google Translate doesn't have a Sicilian dialect. So, you know, all of this is happening, and everyone's persona is just, this is what we do. This is how we do it, and this is how it's been done for generations. There's no angst. No angst. I think it's also helpful to mention that Grandma, who's 90 years old, still lives with the family unit. So everyone is under one roof in the town in Cacamo. This 90-year-old grandmother, she's going up and down steps. She's on the ground picking up olives. She told me, she's like, oh, I've been doing this my whole life. You know, I was born on this farm. I was raised on this farm. Of course I'm picking olives. Like, why is this American woman so shocked that I'm picking olives? Like, aren't they picking olives in Pennsylvania? I mean, isn't that just the way things are done? So the mother and the daughter were making this delicious lunch in the farmhouse. We had fresh sausage from the open fire grill. Interestingly, the house was built 15 years ago on top of an ancient farmhouse. The only thing that's still existing in the ancient farmhouse is the stove. They have the forno, the stove, where you can literally, like, in the States, if you go to like a really fancy, expensive pizzeria where they have wood-fired pizza that's like $25, this is just in the house. It's been there forever. And they just kind of put out the grill connected to the pizza furnace. They put the sausage on the grill. They had semolina bread with sesame seeds on the top if you wanted to make a sandwich, a delicious salad. There was fresh fruit. This fruit is just hanging out in a bowl on the center of the table from the beginning of the meal. And everybody goes over and they get the fruit, they wash it, they peel it, they cut it themselves. Every single person is eating the fruit. There's no one not eating the fruit. No one was inconvenienced that they had to peel the fruit or cut the fruit. Everyone just did the fruit. Convenience has replaced authentic time together with others in the States. And in my experience, convenience has become an idol. So every day I am learning and reading and getting posts about different things going on in the States. The headline today was something along these lines. American parents are really letting kids gulp down packs of fruit and vegetables, and experts are worried about the ramifications of taste, texture, and slurping of these things. My son was born in 2007, and those little convenient packets were just coming out. But apparently, this article is saying parents are using these little pouches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner until these kids are 5 or 6 years old. So kids are still eating soft, pureed food in a pouch. The biggest thing that the parents in this article kept talking about was the convenience. It's so convenient. I can throw it in their school lunchbox, or I can give it as a healthy snack, or it's easy on the go in the morning when they haven't taken the time to eat breakfast. Or, if I don't feel like cooking at night, I just give them the pouch with the pureed peas and the meat in it. I was trying to explain this to my friends today, and they were losing their minds. They're like, 5-year-old kids aren't eating real food that is prepared for them by the mother, like by the time they're 5. Like, what kind of hospital are these kids living in? It's like a nationwide hospital of kids who aren't eating real food that's really prepared because their parents give them pouches. Everything's cooked from scratch here. And the kids, from the time kids are young, after they're weaned, they're eating real peas crushed up, or they're eating real carrots that are steamed and then crushed up. I wish I had the answers to some of these questions. I wish I could better articulate what I see and how I'm seeing it done differently here. The importance of family, the importance of the elderly, how elderly people here view work ethic, how they view being a part of a family unit, how Gen X parents like myself view the immersion of the family, how millennials here in Italy are viewing connection with their own siblings and connection to their own family and work within the family unit, how the silent generation, age 90, is involved in connecting to the family unit in a way that still holds value to the family, regardless of mental capacity or physical capacity. We are just too busy for that. It is just simply too inconvenient to take time to go to the parents' family farm to harvest and pick olives by hand off of the ground. It is simply too inconvenient for us to eat a 2-hour meal with great conversation that's all been handmade. Then it all has to be cleaned up. What are we doing, guys? Where's the fabric of the society? I'll leave you with this. I asked my friend at the end of the meal about how she sees the fabric of the family. How does she see how the family unit has gotten together? I said, thank you so much for having me today. I feel like I'm really a part of, a unique family unit. And she laughed. She goes, we're not unique, we're normal. She said it would take many lifetimes for that to change. I thought about the fact that I'm an Italian American, 2 generations removed from Italy, and it only took 2 generations for it to change. And that was sobering. We all stopped at the table when she said that. And when I said, there's a disconnect here, and it didn't take that long for us to lose that in America. It didn't really take that many years for people to be married to convenience and married to capitalism and to money. In my case, it took 100 years because I'm from this town. I'm from this culture originally. I was talking to an American friend of mine in the States tonight. I said to her, I'm really not Italian. And she laughed. She goes, Kristen, you're the most Italian American I know. And I was like, yes, I'm Italian American, but I'm not really Italian. This is a different thing. This is a different culture. It's a different set of importance on family and on food and on time. It's not the same. Okay, guys, I am here where the olive oil will be produced, and I'm really excited to see how this goes. It's been 1 day since the olives were picked, and all of our olives were brought here to this oil factory where they're being produced right now. Let's go in and take a look. come in just like this. This is how we pick them. These are kind of warm, actually. And then they're dumped into this thing. So this guy's on a little forklift. And he's going, oh my God. It's like thunder in here. This is literally how they come into the oil factory. Various olives, green and black olives. Still got all the dirt on them, the leaves, the little twigs and stuff. It's going to go up into here. Here come the nice clean olives. Hi guys. You have no idea what's about to happen. Got to put your name on your oil, guys. Cat just chilling out right here. I don't want to scare it.
Do you like that? Do you like that? I don't have the food, so you don't care about me. You care about your mom.
If you got something out of this, and maybe you can think of somebody who might appreciate this video or its content, would you please give us a like, a thumbs up, or maybe just send the video to somebody who you think would care. It means a lot to see this YouTube channel really growing by leaps and bounds as I've been on this dual citizenship journey. And I can't wait to continue to bring you more weekly videos as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching, and buonanotte.